You've definitely seen these on your feed, right? A sad-looking dustbin, maybe an angry teacup, or even a coffee mug having a full-on existential crisis. And they're all getting millions and millions of views. It looks complicated, but what if I told you that you could make one of these viral videos in just a couple of minutes and for free? Well, let's break down exactly how it's done. It's pretty wild when you stop and think about it. A simple, talking object can pull in views that some of the biggest creators would be jealous of. And it works because it's just so unexpected. You know, it brings a little bit of humanity to these everyday things. The secret behind it all? It's surprisingly simple. You really don't need any expensive software or years of editing experience to pull this off.
The entire process really just boils down to two main steps. That's it. We're going to use two AI tools, and they're both completely free. So let's dive into the first step.
Okay, first things first. Every great video needs a star. So step one is all about creating that perfect character, that static image that's going to be the face of your whole video. And for this part, we're going to be using an AI tool called Gemini. Getting started is super easy. Once you open up Gemini, you're just going to select the Create Image option. Now here's a little pro tip for you. Make sure you select the Pro setting over on the right-hand side. That's going to give you the highest quality results, and that's what we want. So here's where the real magic happens. It's not really about the tool itself, it's all about how you talk to it. A really well-structured prompt is the difference between getting a generic picture and getting a character that actually feels like it has a story. The best way to think about your prompt is to break it into three simple parts. First up, the object. Who's the hero of our little story? In this case, it's a dustbin. Second, the place. Where does our character live? A garbage area. And finally, the reaction. What is it feeling? Is it sad? Is it angry? Is it happy? This little formula gives the AI all the context it needs to nail it. Now, this next part is a really crucial detail, and it's so easy to miss, the formatting. If you're making this for TikTok or Reels or Shorts, you need that vertical video format. To get that, all you have to do is add image size 9:16 right at the end of your prompt. Trust me, this will save you a ton of headaches later on. And the AI's interpretation of your prompt can be incredibly powerful. The creator in our source video actually said that when he prompted for a sad reaction, the AI didn't just make the dustbin look a little down, it actually added tears to the image. That's the kind of emotional detail you can get with just the right words. All right, so we have our star character. Now it's time for step two, bringing it to life. This is where we take that static image and we actually make it talk. For this part, we'll be using another free tool called Flow. The setup in Flow needs just a few specific settings to get it right. Once you start a new project, make sure you set the aspect ratio to portrait so it matches the image we just made. Then, for the model, you're going to choose VGO 3.1 Fast for some quick results, and then just select the frame to video option. From there, it's as simple as uploading the character image you just created back in Gemini. Now, get ready for the second and final prompt. This is the one that's going to control the animation and the voice.
And just like with the image, this video prompt has its own simple little structure. You start by restating your object, just to keep the AI on track. Then you write the exact dialogue you want your character to say. And finally, you add a voice description to match the emotion, something like sad, teary voice.
Okay, we are almost done, but there's one final secret, a little trick that separates a good animation from a truly great one. And it's all about getting the audio just right.
So let's talk about lip syncing for a second. It's really just making sure the character's mouth movements perfectly match the words it's saying. When it's done right, you don't even notice it. But when it's done wrong, well, it's pretty much all you can see, and it can ruin the whole effect.
And here it is, the single most important tip for getting this right. If you want your character to speak a language like Hindi or Urdu, you can't just type the words using English letters. If you do that, the lip sync is going to look all wrong. To make it absolutely perfect, you have to write the prompt using the native script of that language. So, how do you actually do that? Well, there's a super simple workflow. First, just write your script in plain English. Then, pop over to a tool like ChatGPT and ask it to translate that into the native Hindi or Urdu script. Finally, just copy that translated script and paste it directly into Flow's dialog box. It's one tiny extra step that makes a huge difference in the final video.
Now, you might be thinking this whole process sounds a bit long, but it's incredibly fast. Generating the image, that takes maybe 15 seconds. And the final animated video, that takes about a minute. You can literally go from a simple idea to a finished piece of content in less than 2 minutes.
And that's it. You hit Generate, the AI does all the heavy lifting for you, and out pops a finished, viral-ready video. All done with 2 free tools in just a couple of minutes. How cool is that?
So what does the final result actually sound like? Well, here's the actual clip from the source video. It says, "I am a dustbin, and people treat me very badly." You can really hear how that sad, teary voice that we prompted for comes through perfectly, and it just matches the character we designed.
So as you can see, the tools are really simple, the process is incredibly fast, and the creative possibilities are pretty much endless. Which really just leaves one last question for you. What story is waiting to be told by an object in your room?